I think, again, Knicks have done their part, but for me to really put them in the same light as I say OKC or the Spurs, they're going to have to go for the kill and really go up 3-1 or even potentially end this, given the circumstances.
Yeah. I thought, the Sixers are going to come back with a little bit more grit this game after that poor showing in game one. They had just come off of the game 7 in the prior series just 2 days before that. It's compounded with Nick Nurse's family member dying, so their emotions are running high. But I just think without Embiid, the talent gap is pretty wide. Not wide, but it's definitely wider. And they need Embiid to come back for them to kind of have a puncher's chance in this. Now, OG going out does even the scales a little bit, but you'll need a locked in Embiid to kind of finish this off or even get back into it now in terms of the Sixers. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, they need their coach as well.
Yeah, and also I think Tyrese Maxey ended up playing the whole second half today. So that with Embiid on the roster, you can give Maxey 4 minutes here or 2 minutes here, let him catch his breath, come back in. But he ended up being the hub of their offense and their whole offense in the second half. Even down the stretch, it was really him making those drives, getting to the basket, keeping the Sixers in it. There were a couple of poor execution plays towards the end. That shot by Paul George, he kind of just had to force it up because he's worried about the clock. So there were a lot of mistakes when the ball left Maxey's hands. And the Sixers only looked legit in that last 6 or so minutes when Maxey was ball dominant. And that's just not winning formula against a team like the New York Knicks, where they do have multiple options. The OG Anunoby thing is something to watch out for because he's consistently been dropping 20-plus points every single game. And it's not like he's dropping 30 here or whatnot. It's just at consistent 20 to 24 points. So you know that is there. And then if Brunson tags on under 20 points, which is I believe what he had today, I think Anthony Towns had 22, and then Bridges had 16. It was a very distributed performance, and that's how the Knicks are. Brunson can go for 40. Brunson can go for even 50. But the way this team is structured with OG is, 20 points is going to come from OG, and then you get that flexibility of not having to be as dependent on Brunson as they sometimes were in the first round. The Brunson burner can run out of gas, so you want to watch closely,
Yeah, I would say he did his thing in the fourth quarter, the last couple minutes. We all knew who the ball was going to, but I think you did shout out Mikal Bridges. I know, again, he's caught a lot of flack from after game 3 against the Hawks. He stepped his game up. That's a big shot, because the game wasn't the dagger, but you got a little more breathing room, and it forces Philly to make more mistakes. The one that I was going to push back though, Viggy, on your take was watching the game. Philly looks like the Knicks in terms of they get a lot of easy looks, with Oubre and I think Barlow. They do a good job of getting these backdoor cuts, or Oubre, they just slash the rim, and it's just a matter of I missed some bunnies. Whereas I think the Knicks, yes, they have the talent, but if you're looking at it, minus Towns is. And again, I didn't watch the whole game, but from what I saw in the second half, minus Towns playmaking, and you got guys cutting, it's still that's just skill. That's just skill. That's instincts that they're able to pull it through. But I will say I'm interested to see how that translates game 3. Role players usually play better at home. The guys are fired up, so we'll see though. I do give the edge to Philly in terms of just they're getting quality shots. The Knicks defense is good, but that is something to watch out.
There's also the old cliche of the game. The series doesn't start. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, all I was going to say was that...
There's that cliche saying. It's you.
We got a little pump fake going.
One way to look at it is if, for instance, the same situation, right? If you just replace Tyrese Maxey with Jalen Brunson, had them trade spots, I still think the Knicks win with Tyrese Maxey, maybe even more, So that's what I'm saying, the roster matters. So, Tyrese Maxey playing with Oubre, yeah, he's getting quality shots, but it's not the same as, finding a Mikal Bridges or OG Anunoby for that three-point shot. So I think that's the difference. And, it ended up being a lot of Maxey having to attack the basket to get the basket because, to your point, they're missing a lot of those open shots. So Maxey took it on himself. And that's where, the gap really is.
Next up, the Knicks got to take one on the road. The series doesn't start until a road team wins, right? So we'll see who steps up.
Absolutely. I guess I'm curious from your guys' perspective, because I know JJ caught a lot of flack for it too against the Wolves last year, where he didn't take his starters out the entire 24 minutes. So again, I get the desperation, but I'm curious, where do you think a coach draws the line of like, if I'm sure if Maxey got like even a breather for like 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes between the two quarters, I'm sure he's a little bit more effective. You know, like again, he's a young guy, but like you can't you can't expect him to shoot like he's like feeling it when he doesn't get a breather. And so that's where the Sixers, I understand that they needed someone to be that floor general, but I think they could have bought him at least a couple minutes. Like, you know, so I don't know why they didn't.